What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about the shortest possible path to being a successful man in both how you feel inside, how good you feel, how rewarded you feel because of the man that you've become, what the experience is of how you feel as a man, and also the external success that you get as a man. So, accolades and the status and the money and the everyone loving you and all that stuff, okay? The shortest possible path starts with step number one. Step number one is to identify your deepest values. So for me, I've tested these. There's a website, Personal Values. The dot is before the E and the S. Anyways, ask yourself, what are your highest values? Some of mine are freedom, growth, creativity, adventure, honesty, things like that. And then, once you've identified these deepest values, what I want you to do is sit there and think about jobs, a purpose, something that you could really commit your life to in accomplishing that you can give to other people. And think of a job or a career path or a business that you can start or a movement that you can head up that aligns with you being able to spend the majority of the time in that job with those values, imbibing those topmost values of yours. Then you commit to that purpose. I do this with my clients all the time, get them to identify their deepest talents and values, and then identify a path of purpose that's going to both fulfill them internally and how they feel, and also get them a lot of success externally with money and high value women, very attractive women, both energetically and physically, wanting to come into their lives, high value friends who are very bright, wanting to come into their lives. So if you pick something that you both have a talent for and aligns with your deepest values, then you're going to be very passionate about it. You have a lot of capabilities and potential in it, and you're going to be very successful the more and more that you commit to succeeding on that path. Okay? And then, so once you do that and you've committed to your highest purpose, I know, real casual, just do it on this video real quick, or you can ask me for some help, reach out in those DMs. Once you've identified that highest purpose and you're accomplishing it, now there are some other pitfalls to avoid. People do one of two things in response to becoming the man and the person that they really want to become, okay? Either escapism or endurism. Escapism is where they know that they should be doing better. They know that they should be working on stuff and facing their fears and really doing something valuable with their lives, but they're avoiding it. And of course, this isn't going to lead to a little escapism is fine to help you rest and recover sometimes, but if you're spending the majority of your free time escaping, then, you're basically slowly killing yourself spiritually. Okay, and then there's endurism, where people have committed to do the hard work and do what's necessary to become the man that they want to be. But then guess what they do? Well, it's endurism. So they look for things to be hard because they've developed a value identity, an identity that they can feel valuable for taking on. They've developed this value identity around facing shit that's hard, facing shit that's tough. Fucking success equals misery. Dig deep. And while there are times where, yes, success does equal misery and you will have to push through, that's supposed to be an emergency stress response for the nervous system, okay? And it's a little raining a little here. So you don't want to be stuck in endurism either, because, and I have a lot of clients who deal with this problem, then you're just stuck in the stress response and you're addicted to adrenaline, you're addicted to fear, you're addicted to anger, you're addicted to your own feelings of not enoughness. And that can be a real problem, because in the name of pursuing this grand outcome of having your purpose fulfilled and being a valuable man because of it, and feeling valuable and being rewarded externally with money and all that other external stuff because of it, they're never even going to get to that point, because the endurism, they're just enduring so much that their whole fucking life is miserable, and so then they can't even go the distance because they've made themselves so miserable in the process that they're not even going to get there. And so the solution for this, I was talking with a client today, is to identify your highest purpose that is aligned with your highest values. Also, identify people who are doing the kind of job and fulfilling the purpose that you would like to fulfill yourself. And then come up with a list of those people and stop listening to anyone and like ingesting any content that doesn't have to do with those people that have the results that you want in life, and both how they feel, how the energy they radiate, and the external success that they get. Okay? And I want you to, because the reason for doing this is because you need models. You need models of what success looks like. You need models of what the particular type of success that you're looking for that aligns with your deepest values and talents looks like, so you know what to emulate. Because I have a lot of clients and they come to me looking for help with being more attractive to women, or feeling more confident, or getting over their fears and things like that. And the issue is they think that they have to do all this miserable, like manipulative, fucking heavy shit. They think that they have to enter into this state of Endurism, which, you know, Endurism is better than Escapism, at least for a short period, until Endurism then kills you because of the stress. But Endurism, at least you're facing things, at least you're doing something. But the crutch that helps you learn to walk, which is Endurism, then becomes a thing that prevents you from running and prevents you from then flying later on, because it becomes dead weight. So as soon as we can, we want to move through this phase of Endurism and everything having to be so fucking miserable and heavy, and into a state of the success that you want getting to be as easy as possible. And if you have models and mentors who represent the success that you're trying to get to in feeling and external reality, then it's going to really help you to tell your nervous system, to condition your subconscious that the reality that you're trying to create, this bright, abundant, awesome reality and feeling and external result, is possible. It's not only possible, but other people are doing it. Okay, so that's very important. And you'll notice with these people who have what you want, that they're not likely to be fucking miserable. And one of the things that you have to do, there's two solutions to get out of Endurism. One of the things that you have to do, stop spending time around people who don't accept or appreciate or align with your values. And even more than that, who sort of like talk shit, either subverbally, so meaning how they respond to it and their physical posture and energy, and or verbally, and they'll be like talk down and like fucking cast doubts into your values and your path and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to create. Get away from these people, because these people are a tide, okay? And no matter how strong of a swimmer you are, the tide is going to win in the end. So if you sit there and you saturate yourself in a tide that's pulling you away from what you're trying to create, then yeah, you might be a good swimmer, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get to where you're trying to fucking swim to. Okay, just you'll be a strong swimmer. You'll be good at enduring. You'll be good at sitting there and fucking swimming and pumping as hard as you can. So you'll be strong, but with no results to show for it. And it's actually like an exercise in the Sisyphean task of pushing a boulder up a hill just to get it to come back where it initially started. And you don't want to do that. Okay, you want to sow your seeds in a field that are actually going to fucking reap rewards and fruit. You don't want to be planting your seeds in an unfertile field. You don't want to be swimming in a current that's taking you away from the life that you're trying to create. So you need to be aware of when people around you are currents that are pulling you towards the life that you want to create, or are they currents that are pulling you away? Because some people will tell you like, oh, you need to stay near people who make you miserable because they'll make you stronger and learning how to deal with them. And like, that's true in the way that it's true that you'll become a stronger swimmer from fighting against a tide that's pulling you away from where you're trying to go. But here's the better solution, is you can become a strong swimmer, and this is the right way to do it. You can become a strong swimmer literally by swimming towards where you're trying to go in a current that's pulling you towards where you want to go. And guess what? You use just as much energy to swim just as hard to get there. And now you're a strong swimmer who's actually getting pulled into a direction that they want to be in. Okay, so one of the two things to do, so you get your models that you need. Okay, so you know who to emulate, and then get away from people who are pulling you away from the life that you want to create and their vibe and their belief systems and their value systems. And also learn how to start creating boundaries with these people in a way that's loving and compassionate rather than hateful and spiteful. So the way that you want to do this is with an open heart. Visualize like the energy of your heart opening. You want to sit there and soften your heart and care about the other person while you're setting the boundary as much as you're caring about yourself. And sit there and say things like, I understand that this is what you feel you need to do, and I'm doing a small example, but what I need to do is have a easier and more valuable life that's connected with my values, and what you're trying to help me with is not the thing that's going to most help me. And so if you could change that behavior, I would appreciate it, and align with the goals and values that I'm trying to align with. That would be wonderful. And if not, it's just okay that we might have to spend less time together, and I might have to find other friends who are going to support me and be a tide that's pulling me to where I want to go, okay? Because you're going to be challenged enough to be a good swimmer and be good at facing challenges and resistance and enduring from being in a tide that's taking you to where you want to go. So to sum up the video, to get success in the shortest possible path, okay, align with your topmost values, find a purpose that's going to fulfill fulfill you internally and externally and the results that you want to achieve, and then find people who emulate that and who have already accomplished what you want to accomplish, and only listen to them and saturate yourself in their tide, okay, their energetic tide that's going to pull you where you want to go. And then get rid of people who are pulling you away from that value system, or people who are telling you you need to be miserable in order to do it, and people who think that endurism equals strength. Okay, those people are good to hang around with if you're an escapism person, but if you've already gotten past the escapism and you've been endurism for a while, you need to get away from the endurism people too, and find people who are doing what you want to do and have what you want to have, but they're living an easy life while doing it, and they feel good and happy while doing it, okay? And then, yeah, and then you want to, create those compassionate boundaries with the people that you can't easily get away from, and besides that, then you can reach out for help from people like me. If you want some help with all the healing that you need to do, the purpose identification, the inner growth, all the fucking support that you're gonna need to become the person you need to be in order to achieve the wonderful fucking dreamlike reality that you're trying to achieve, both in how you feel inside and your external reality and what you acquire. So if you're interested in any of that, and I also offer some masculine energy help, which is all tied in there and woven within all of that. So if you want any of that, I'm doing personal sessions right now, one-on-one with video calls, and they are awesome, and I hope that you reach out if this resonates with you and you want some of this fucking sweet, fulfilling, inside-out life transformation that I'm talking about. Reach out, DM me for details, ask any questions that you need to ask. If you have any concerns, whether it may not be good for you or it is right for you, then we're gonna figure that out together, figure out what your best possible strategy is, and whatever's gonna happen, we're gonna end the day feeling like we did a fucking really good job and showed up the way we needed to for ourselves and for the world. So much love. This has been Jonny Wyld. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything like that, drop them down below. Any thoughts where you disagree and think like life is just supposed to be hard, you can fucking yell about that down below. And this one was a really fun video to make. So much love, and until next time, get successful inside and out, babies. Jonny Wyld out.